you know what? That was a good performance for Shakur Stevenson. I don't have anything bad to say.
I hope so.
Okay. Look, I watched the fight. I said in my last prediction videos that Shakur was gonna win. I said this countless times. I just didn't think it would be in this magnitude where it would have been a shutout like this. Teofimo didn't stand a chance. Teofimo, like I thought Teo would at least win, maybe 3 rounds, 3-4 rounds, try to, press Shakur. What was the game plan? What was the game plan from Teofimo and his corner? They look lost in there. Teo didn't know what to do. Teo's dad was just saying nonsense. He wasn't even giving Teo the correct advice.
You can't make this shit up, people.
He was just yelling at him and just making things worse. And I didn't hear not one single advice from Teo's corner. Not from anybody. Teo, it's time for you to get another trainer, another coach, because your dad is not it, man. It's not it, brother.
A bum. That's what he is. A bum.
This was the biggest fight of your life, and your dad couldn't even formulate a plan to deal with Shakur Stevenson. There's not many plans that can interrupt Shakur's fighting style, but there's certain things that he could have done to aggravate Shakur or confuse him. For one, Teo didn't throw any feints. He didn't throw no feints. He didn't go to the body enough. Shakur Stevenson was just hitting him all night. He was hitting him all night. Let Shakur just be comfortable and box. You can't let a boxer box. You fight someone that's way more skilled than you, and he's out skilling you in every single thing. Sometimes you gotta get rough and dirty. Sometimes you gotta take the fight to them. Sometimes you just can't stand there and try to box a person that has extreme boxing ability. Sometimes you gotta make it rough. You gotta rough them up.
I don't give a fuck.
You gotta do some type of things. You gotta make him work for it. Put him on the ropes. Put him in the corner. This whole fight, Teo actually fought Shakur Stevenson fight. He fought his fight. It showed that there's levels to this. People thought that Teo would, at least give Shakur, some problems. I mean, that's why this fight was so big. This fight was so big because, we thought that, Shakur and Teo was, kind of a good matchup. We expected it to be a little competitive, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Shakur, won every single round. He only lost that I think it was the 5th, 6th round, and it's only because Shakur, kind of took his, foot off the, the pedal. But even then, like, he didn't even really lose that round to me either. Like, Shakur literally, dominated, outperformed, outsmart, outmuscled, Teo, who is, naturally the bigger guy. Teo, get a new trainer. Your dad can only take you so far. Where does Shakur go from here? I don't know, man. Maybe he can move up. Either he move up. He can move up because 140. I don't see a guy that can really handle him at that weight class. Maybe he should move up to 147. Chase the Devin Haney fight. Devin Haney don't got nowhere to hide. I doubt Devin will run to 154. There's too many heavy hitters up there. Chase the Devin Haney fight. They still have some, good fighters at 147. I think Ryan Garcia's up there too. Chase those fights. I think that's the best option is for Shakur Stevenson to move up to 147. Who I want to see him fight next. He called out Conor Ben. Let them guys get it in. Conor Ben, Shakur Stevenson. It's a good fight. Hopefully Conor Ben don't be scared and, actually meet Shakur at a catch weight. Because this guy is too big. So, You know, hopefully this fight happen. You know, if it does, I will be doing a fight analysis on who I think will win.
You violate, I'm gonna have to demonstrate. You violate, I'm gonna demonstrate.
Well, stop trying to act little, but you trying to
violate,
steal quotes and stuff.
You
trying to steal quotes, brother.
You violate, I'm gonna demonstrate.
I want y'all to play them tapes back.
You already know what I say. You violate and I demonstrate.
But Shakur, that guy will put anybody to sleep outside the ring.